everyone. In this video, we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay, so now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 13th of October 2021. Starting with very first question. Swamitva scheme is implemented by which union ministry? First of all, what does Swamitva stands for? It is Survey of Village Abadi and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Areas. So this is a central sector scheme of the Ministry of Panchayati Raj, and under this scheme, clear ownership of property in rural inhabited areas is established by mapping land parcels using the drones. So recently the Prime Minister has distributed e-property cards to over 1,71,000 beneficiaries of Madhya Pradesh under this scheme. Okay. Now apart from it, the Government of India's Union Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has recently launched a scheme named as Good Samaritan. So under this scheme, anyone who saves the life of a road accident victim would be incentivized with 5,000 rupees along with a certificate if the victims are rushed to the hospital within the golden hour. Also, individuals could be awarded a maximum of 5 times in a year under this particular scheme. Okay. Apart from it, Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana is implemented by the Department of Pharmaceuticals, which comes under Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizer. So all the districts of the country have been covered under Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana, which aims to provide quality medicines at an affordable rate to the common man, especially to the poor. So basically a target was set to increase the number of beneficiaries to 10,000 by March 2024. And as of 5 October 2021, the number of stores has increased to 8,355. Okay. Now apart from all these things, the Prime Minister Mitra means Mega Integrated Textile Region and Apparel was announced in the Union Budget 2021 to 2022 for growth of the textile sector and place India as a global leader in the textiles. So recently the government has approved setting up of 7 mega textile parks at a proposed cost of 4,445 crore rupees, and these parks are expected to provide job opportunities to 21 lakh people. Okay. Question number 2. The Indian dish Mihi Dana, which is a GI tag product, belongs to which state? So this is a sweet dish of West Bengal and is also a GI tag product. Why it is in news? Because recently the very first consignment of this particular product has been exported to the country Bahrain. And the export was made by DM Enterprises, Kolkata, which is an APEDA registered exporter. Okay. Many times we have talked about the GI tag. It can be issued for agricultural, natural or manufactured goods that have a unique quality, reputation or other characteristics that are related to its geographical origin. Okay. Now earlier, 2-3 days back, we have seen that first consignment of Kashmiri walnuts were recently flagged from Karnataka under the one district, one product scheme. Also, we have seen that Edayur and Kuttiyatur have got the GI tag, and these products belong to Kerala. This is a variety of chili and this one is variety of mango. Okay. Now apart from it, few months back, West Bengal Cabinet has approved the student credit card scheme, under which students can get a soft loan of up to 10 lakh rupees with the help of credit card to enroll into higher studies at 4% of interest rate. Okay. Question number 3. Where was the business summit on the National Mission on Edible Oil Palm for Northeast held recently? So this mission was held recently at Guwahati, Assam, which was presided over by Narendra Singh Tomar, who is our Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So this national mission is a centrally sponsored scheme which aims to add 6.5 lakh hectares for palm oil by the year 2025 to 2026. Now Assam was also in news these days because Assam Fisheries Ministry has recently launched an application which is the India's first e-fish market app named as Fish Wale. And the app has been developed by Aqua Blue Global Aquaculture Solutions in collaboration with State Fisheries Department. So now this app will help both the buyers and the sellers to place order and sell fishes online. Okay. Also, the Cabinet of Assam has recently approved a sum of 1800 crore rupees towards the repayment of microfinance loans taken by 11 lakh borrowers in the state. And already we have seen that Thai, Ahom and Matak communities were demanding for being accorded the scheduled tribe status in the state of Assam. Okay. Question number 4. Which state or union territory has approved to issue a unique health card to each and every citizen under its Health Information Management System project? So the government of Delhi has approved this particular proposal for issuing a unique health card to each and every citizen of the Delhi under the Delhi's Health Information Management System project. So the government has decided for minimum eligibility criteria for obtaining the card, and voter ID would be the only mandatory document for adults for the health card, and the children would be issued health card based on the IDs of their parents. Okay. Now apart from it, Delhi government has identified 150 pollution hotspots in the city this year for strict monitoring and control measures. Also, government has launched an advanced green war room along with a green application that will basically look into the problems pertaining to kind of pollution throughout the winter. Also, a 21-member team has been formed to manage the green war room, which will work 24/7 to monitor the pollution situation there. Okay. Now apart from it, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has notified the constitution of National Road Safety Board, and it would be responsible for promoting road safety, innovation and adoption of new technologies and regulation of traffic and motor vehicles. So the headquarters would be in New Delhi. Okay. And already we have seen that Manish Sisodia, who is the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, has launched Business Blasters program last month. Why? To develop young entrepreneurs at school level there by providing them financial assistance. Okay. Question number 5. Suguro Manabe, Klaus Hasselmann and Giorgio Parisi are in the news recently for. So the Nobel Prize for Physics 2021 has been awarded recently, in which Suguro Manabe and Klaus Hasselmann have been jointly awarded one half of the prize for physical modeling of Earth's climate, quantifying variability and reliably predicting the global warming. While the other half of the prize has been awarded to Giorgio Parisi for the discovery of interplay of disorder and fluctuations in physical system from atomic to planetary scales. Okay. Now apart from it, the Nobel Prize for Chemistry 2021 has been awarded to Benjamin List and David W.C. Macmillan. And they were cited for developing a new way for building molecules known as asymmetric organocatalysis. So as per the Nobel panel, List and Macmillan independently developed a new way of catalysis. Also, Nobel Prize for Literature has been given to Tanzanian novelist Abdul Razzaq. Okay. Question number 6. Which organization has released the State of the World's Children 2021 report? So this is a flagship report published by UNICEF, and it has recently published the report for the year 2021, in which it has stressed on mental health of children. And the report has called for commitment, communication and action to promote good mental health among children, and also to provide care for children who are facing the greatest challenges. Now apart from it, UNESCO has also released a report named as 2021 State of the Education Report for India - No Teachers, No Class. So as per this report, the gross enrollment ratio, that is GER, for elementary schools has increased from 81.6 in the year 2001 to 93.03 in the year 2019, and now it stands at 102.1 in the year 2020. So the overall retention is 74.6% for elementary education and 59.6% for secondary education. Also, only 19% schools across India have access to internet. Further, it says that the teaching workforce has a deficit of over 1 million teachers and the need is likely to grow. Apart from it, the Interpol has launched a cyber security campaign named as Keeping Cyber Criminals Out #JustOneClick. So this was organized from 4th of October to 22nd of October on social media. And the aim of the campaign is to create awareness about cyber threats and help people to protect their computer system, networks and personal information from cyber criminals. Okay. Question number 7. Which country has passed the Foreign Interference Countermeasures Bill? So Singapore has passed this particular bill, and the act identifies people who could possibly present a threat to the country's political sovereignty if the person's activities are influenced by foreign principles. So basically the law is aimed at strengthening the government's ability to prevent or detect any foreign interference in domestic politics. Also, the Ministry of Home Affairs gets the right to investigate or remove social media accounts, internet websites and applications along with any internet service. Okay. Now apart from it, few days back we have seen that recently Switzerland has legalized same-sex marriage, and with this it became the 30th country in the world to do so. Okay. Also, Vanuatu was in news, which is a South Pacific Ocean nation, and it was in news because recently it has moved to the International Court of Justice to issue an opinion on the rights of present and future generations to be protected from the effects of climate change and global warming. Now, can anyone tell me why San Marino was in news these days? Please write in the comments. Question number 8. Double Asteroid Redirection Test, that is DART, is a mission of which space agency? So this is NASA's mission, and it is set to be lift off on 23rd of November aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. So after the launch in November, NASA will test its asteroid deflection technology in September 2022 to see the impact of motion of a near-Earth asteroid in space. And the target of this asteroid deflection technology is Dimorphos which is a small moon that orbits the near-Earth asteroid Didymos. Okay. Now apart from it, UAE announced plans to send a probe to land on an asteroid between Mars and Jupiter to collect data on the origin of the universe. And this country would join an allied club of European Union, Japan and US after successful landing. And the project targets a 2028 launch with a landing in 2033. So it would remain behind on the asteroid and it would transmit information on the composition of the asteroid back to Earth. Okay. Also in the previous lectures we have seen that NASA is set to launch Psyche mission next year, and it will be the first spacecraft to study an asteroid that is rich in metals but not rich in dust and ice. And talking about Psyche, it is an asteroid that orbits the Sun in main asteroid belt between the planets Mars and Jupiter. Okay. Question number 9. Jim Corbett National Park, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state? So Jim Corbett National Park is a tiger reserve in Uttarakhand. It was seen in the news recently because our Union Minister of State for Forest and Environment, Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, has announced that it may be renamed as Ram Ganga National Park in the future. So do remember that it is India's first national park which is spread over an area of about 521 kilometers, and it is known for its Bengal tigers, leopards and wild elephants. Okay. Now last month, Uttarakhand has appointed Vandana Kataria as the state's brand ambassador for the Department of Women and Child Development in the state. Also, Uttarakhand has launched Mukhyamantri Vatsalya Yojana in the month of August. So under this scheme, 3,000 rupees would be directly transferred into the accounts of children who have lost their parents or the earning member of their family due to coronavirus pandemic. Also, the first orchid conservation center of North India has recently been inaugurated in Uttarakhand. Coming to last question, Anshu Malik, who was seen in the news recently, is associated with which sports? So recently Anshu Malik created history by becoming the first Indian woman wrestler to reach the final of Wrestling World Championships. So she is just 19 years old and only 4 Indian women wrestlers have won the medals till now. First is Geeta Fogart in the year 2012, then Babita Fogart in again 2012, then Pooja Dhanda in 2018 and Vinesh Fogart from 2019, and all of them have clinched bronze. So now Anshu Malik has the chance of becoming only the second Indian wrestler to become a world champion after Sushil Kumar, who became the champion in the year 2010. So obviously she belongs to wrestling. Now apart from it, do remember that Raja Ritvik has become the 70th Grandmaster of India and he belongs to Telangana. Also, Max Verstappen has won Belgian Grand Prix along with Dutch Grand Prix, while the Italian Grand Prix was won by Daniel Ricciardo and he belongs to Australia. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meelu Hatsana signing off.